You're ready to create digital download products, but you're not quite sure what to sell yet. Well, stay tuned because in today's video, I have over 17 ideas that you can get started with. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Christina Scalera, and I help you turn your services into digital download products that you sell through an online store. If you want the backstory on how I did that myself and how that is a sustainable shop that runs itself these days, you'll definitely want to subscribe to this channel because I talk all about where I got started and where my business, my shop is today. Speaking of getting started, that's what I'm here to help you do today. And one of the first things you can do as you're getting started and thinking about the different kinds of digital download products to create is think about what you already have. So what assets have you already created for your business? Do you have any kind of online courses that you could pull templates and worksheets and resources out of and sell by themselves as your digital download products? For example, in any of my programs, we have workbooks that accompany the program. And while it's super helpful to have the learning and teaching materials alongside the workbook that walk you through it, I could totally sell those workbooks by themselves. Most of you aren't starting with courses though. You're starting with one-on-one services or done-for-you client work. And if that's the case, then you have a repeatable process that you go through every single time you work with a client. If you would like to pull your step-by-step process out and turn it into some sort of checklist or Asana board or ClickUp template, that would be a great place to start so that other people can emulate your process with your clients, even though maybe they can't afford to hire you to do the services for them. This is more or less how I got started with my template shop because I was able to see the one part of the client onboarding process that was getting everybody hung up and stuck, which was their client contracts. And that's what led me to create my store, the Contract Shop. One non-traditional e-commerce store model that I really like is when designers turn their quotes or artwork or designs into tangible items that are drop shipped from somewhere else. So drop shipping just means that you don't have to handle any of the inventory, the fulfillment, the shipping, nothing. You just upload your design to a pre-made website and they handle everything when someone buys from that website. For example, this is a design that we have drop shipped from Printed Mint, and we send these to our customers who spend over $500 inside the Contract Shop. It's just a cute little mug that says flawless, which alludes to our main program there called Lawless to Flawless, and we love surprising them with this. But you could sell these in a store online and never have to touch inventory. In fact, I would say that's one of the smartest e-commerce models because people get to love and enjoy your design and artwork, and you don't have to do anything but manage your digital shop, which is pretty easy. It's mostly just uploading your artwork as files, maybe PNGs or JPEGs, whatever works best for you, and then making sure that the money is depositing to the correct account. You just get to wake up and see that money in your bank. That's pretty cool. Another really popular item in e-commerce these days is anything that has to do with social media, particularly Pinterest or Instagram. These are the two hottest platforms, and YouTube comes in a close third. Anytime you can create graphic packs for any of these platforms, it can be really helpful. I know there's a lot of you who are already selling Canva designs and Canva packs, but I want to encourage you to think one step further with these. For example, just last night, I was trying to feature all the FAQs for my new program, Launch Your Shop Academy, that just came out, but I couldn't find an FAQ template. So while there's a lot of Instagram story templates out there, there was none that fit me as a course and a program creator trying to showcase the finer points of my program to my audience on Instagram. I had to make those from scratch on Canva. So even though there's already a lot of daily Instagram story templates and things like that, there's really nothing that I have found that's geared to people in a specific situation like me who's trying to make a beautiful FAQ for my Instagram stories. Some other things I've had to create on my own are like the day planner. Maybe you've seen people where they have their daily agenda laid out on Instagram. So I've just had to kind of create that myself through either the Instagram app and text or on Canva, but using my own design. So even though there's a lot of Canva stuff that's already already out there. There is still so much more to do and explore. Start looking at the result that people are trying to get from their Canva templates and what they could be using them for, but they're not yet. And that's where a huge gap in the marketplace exists for your digital products in that area. Another great idea for any of you guys who are a little bit more advanced or designers is some sort of planner. Planners are super hot right now, and they're always a good idea, especially if you have a little bit of a dedicated following who's eager to learn more about how you plan your days or how you plan your content or social media or whatever aspect about your life that they are most interested in learning more about. We have a lot of design stuff that I've already thrown out there for those of you who are designers or aspiring designers. If you're a graphic designer or a coach or a combination of one of those things, you can always create things like branding kits and pre-made logos. Those are super popular because if you're helping people to get into business for the first time, they are going to need some sort of logo and some sort of branding. And so if you can help them with that by making it pre-made and available to them immediately, they're more likely to get started with the business. And then you as the business coach is likely to see success with that client since they're actually taking action quickly. For my copywriter friends out there are so many possibilities for you here. You can sell things like welcome sequence emails, shadow sequence emails, sales sequence emails, Instagram captions, Instagram reel ideas in the form of a checklist or an Asana board or ClickUp template, whatever that looks like for you. So there's lots and lots and lots of possibilities here that you can explore. Basically, anything that you would create for a client, you can create for the general internet, pretending like they are your client. So I would highly recommend you focus on one specialty area. For example, creating a sales page template for health coaches versus just a sales page template in general. But you can really lean into whatever specialties you want to serve, and you can apply what you do most for your clients or what you're best at to those specialties. This goes along with any kind of coaches out there. If you do have emails or sales pages that have performed well in the past, webinars, anything like that, you can sell the past version of those that you're no longer using, right? Because you're going to grow and iterate and make new things. So you can take those old versions and turn them into things that you sell in your digital product shop. For example, I know one famous copywriter and brand message coach who turned her past email sequence into just a general guide. So they weren't even templates, but she packaged them all up into one nice guide that you could download and print off. And you could use those emails for inspiration, even though she didn't have the templates. And she explicitly said, please do not use these emails word for word. So she wasn't even giving you the templates. And this was still a product she was selling for $197 USD. And yes, I bought it. Lots of other people bought it. So there are people who are buying these things, even when they're not templates. If you're not a coach, a designer, a copywriter, if you are more on the managerial or operational side of business, maybe you help people as a virtual assistant or online business manager, or maybe you do something that's a little bit more consulting or data driven, you can sell the templates and the spreadsheets that you use with your clients to the public. If it scares you to sell something that is so intimate to your client work, what I recommend to my clients as they're creating these kinds of products is to sell the light version. That means if you have a spreadsheet that has 57 columns, then maybe you only sell a spreadsheet that has it pared down to 10 columns instead. And you can let them know right there on the spreadsheet that this is just a partial light version of the real spreadsheet you use when you work with your clients. That's going to get them even more energized and excited to work with you because they're going to say, oh my gosh, look at what this 10-column worksheet did for me. I can't wait to see when I can afford it what her done for you services or consulting is going to do for me with all 57 columns. Another digital product idea for those of you who have been around the block like me is to take your freebies and sell them through your e-commerce store. This is invaluable for your audience because they don't have to hunt around the internet to find your freebies or the funnels that the freebies are housed in. They can just go to your e-commerce store and download them for $9, $19, $29, whatever you think the price is right for each of your freebies that are now turned into products. It doesn't even matter if they're still free somewhere on the internet because the value is in the speed and convenience that your customers are getting by going to one place and knowing that they have access to all of your freebies immediately. Another way I've liked to do this in the past is I will have a freebie for a couple months and it'll be free, and then we'll let people know that it's going away and going into my shop as a product. And so that's been a really effective way to add to our under $50 category in my e-commerce store. It's also a really effective effective way to grow your email list because they want that freebie before it disappears and they want it for free. So they are going to put their email on that list to get the freebie before it goes into your shop as a paid product. We have covered a lot of digital product ideas so far, and you might be thinking, great, I have a bunch of ideas, but now what? Great question. Go ahead and click the video on your screen right now, and I'm going to show you how to turn those ideas into passive income through my step-by-step process. So you won't want to miss that. The video's on the screen. Click it now. I will see you guys next week where I'll be sharing even more tips on how to grow your passive income through a e-commerce store.